Hello everyone. In our video, I'm interviewing Miss Catharina Vreeswijk, and she gives us her point of view on migration. Enjoy. Hello, and thank you for doing this interview with us. I have a couple of questions for you. Would you like to answer them?
Yeah.
So, the first question is, why did you move to the Netherlands?
I came to the Netherlands because of my husband, because I fell in love with Dutchmen. So for love.
Great, thank you. The second question is, do you like how your life is right now?
I am definitely happy. I don't regret any choices I have made so far. I'm definitely more happy than unhappy, but of course some aspects of my life are painful and probably will remain painful because I moved and started my life in another country quite late as middle-aged. But yeah, I'm grateful and I like my life.
Great, thank you. For our next question, we have, what was the most difficult part about moving to another country?
The most difficult was and still is to leave my old life behind, which means my family, network of friends, my career, everything I had achieved till that point back then, and start from the beginning somewhere else. Because in the beginning I felt like being invisible. What's also pretty difficult, and I could not imagine that, was that pain from losing my culture, my language, my habits, my traditions, my routines, and establish new ones costs energy and time, and I am still in a process. I am still adjusting.
Okay. Our fourth question to you is, how did you manage to adapt to the Dutch culture and language?
As I've said before, I'm still in a process, so I don't feel being fully adjusted. But basically, I had no other choice. I wanted to make it here. I wanted to go to work as soon as possible, and I'm truly grateful that it happened. I wanted to find friends and acquaintances among Dutch locals, so I did my best. But at the same time, I wanted to keep myself, to keep my old personality. So it's still somehow balancing till what extent I should adjust and till what extent I can keep myself, my old me. So, but yeah, I had no other choice.
Thank you. Our fifth question is, what difficulties do you still have today with regard to adapting to the Netherlands?
Difficulties. I still, despite of the fact that I got my state examinations from the Dutch language, I am far from perfect in this language. I don't get jokes, I can't understand sense of humor. Abstract language is quite difficult for me, and I love communication, so I want to master the language to feel fully comfortable and to be able to express myself. I am quite flexible when it came to cuisine and habits and traditions and way of partying and craziness around carnival. I've learned it all. I want to the issue for me is language. I want to master the language. I want to be able to feel fully comfortable, and I want to be able to communicate smoothly without any difficulties. And I guess that at my age, it's probably a lifetime fight.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Okay, to our sixth question, which is, what do you think the people in the Netherlands can do to help migrants adapt to our culture better?
Well, first of all, I believe that the Netherlands, the country, is doing quite a lot, and I'm fully grateful. I did not have any difficulties to move here, to marry a Dutchman. I had no difficulties to find my job, get a mortgage. So my life is basically comfortable. What might go better, if possible? That's probably that ask if all people. Well, that's a sort of illusion. But if we are more open-minded, if we approach foreigners, or if we foreigners are being approached without prejudice, with open mind, maybe with a little bit of patience, maybe not being ignored, that would make our process of adapting other culture much easier.
Okay. Alright, going to our next question. What big differences have you noticed between Czech Republic and the Netherlands?
Yeah, I think that the biggest difference, I can skip all differences when it comes to culture and routines, traditions, food. It's easy to get used to that. At least for me, it was not such an issue. What was kind of difficult for me to get used to, that's different mentality. Dutch mentality is much more direct. In the beginning I thought that they are pretty aggressive actually while communicating and dealing with other people. Now I know that they are just assertive, and I'm trying to learn it because my mentality is a little bit more shy and submissive, let's say. So that mentality, that was for me the difference.
Carrying on to one of our last questions. What did the Dutch government do to help you adjust?
I would put it this way. Dutch government didn't make any problems to me to simply come here and start my life here. And that's perfect. There was, there were a lot of formalities which needed to be handled to acquire my university diplomas, but for the rest was easy. All formalities related to my job, to a mortgage, to marriage, to basically every aspect of my living here, I was always treated just like a Dutch person. I didn't feel somehow discriminated. And currently I am waiting because my application for Dutch passport is being processed, and I hope it's gonna happen, and then I can keep my both passports. So I'm truly grateful for this opportunity. So that's it.
Our ninth question to you would be, what difficulties do you face with being a foreigner?
I think that when I relate it to myself, because I started my life in the Netherlands as middle-aged. The most difficult for me is to accept that I kind of have at this point I am stuck in between two countries, because my homeland is the Czech Republic, but for people in the Czech Republic I am not enough Czech anymore, and for people in the Netherlands I am not enough Dutch, and probably I will never be enough Dutch. So at this point it feels kinda like I have no true home. My heart is forever split, I think. And what I have to accept, and I think that all immigrants who got to another country around 30, 40, they have to live with that. Yeah. For our children, that new country will become true home, because they will forget sooner or later their homeland. But I will never forget. So.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah.
And to our last question, do you feel as you are being treated differently just because you are a foreigner?
Of course, there are some bitter experiences I have made so far, but what I understand now is there were always those misunderstandings, as I call it now, or painful experiences, were always failures of individuals. They did not define the Netherlands or Dutch people in general. They were always somehow, let's say that it was always meeting an idiot, or someone really narrow-minded, or someone with really narrow horizon. Yeah, it remains painful, and I will remember those encounters, but as the time is passing, and as I'm getting more and more used to my life here, that pain is less and less important. And I remember more, I have tendency to remember more those positive experiences. And there are many more. So no, I don't really feel being treated differently at this point.
Thank you. So thank you very much for doing this interview with us. We really appreciate it. Do you have any last advice to everyone out there?
Last advice. Okay, it won't be mine. I could read it somewhere. I could read a sentence I really like. And it was like, the only thing which can be sorted by colors is laundry. So, in a way, all people, or most of the people living here in the Netherlands, we are trying to be happy, and it does not really matter what's our origin. We all have ambition to become Dutch people. That's it.
Thank you very much for doing this.
Yeah.
So, this was our video about migration. I hope you have enjoyed and learned something new. Bye!